Previously on Sleengo.
Like everybody knows what this game is. Both of them do make logical sense to me. It's nighttime now. Night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. The next Mario game is Super Mario Bros. 2. Nintendo believed that the second game was so hard, they were like, no, let's do a different game. This game that I'll be playing is the hardest Mario game that ever came out. Wish me luck. Welcome to the Sleengo Show. We have a guest star, Ringworm. I went to the pharmacy the other day, got some cream, and it's going away, so I think it's Ringworm. I don't know. It was kind of disgusting, but I wanted to tell you that because otherwise, yeah, I see you already. You in the comment section, do not write down what you think it is. Otherwise, why would a cream be making it go away? So this game does not really need much of an introduction. It's Super Mario Bros. And the game is difficult. Stupid difficult. This is my 9th time trying to make this video. The difficulty of it, like, it was so difficult they made a different version, and that is the one that released and everybody knows and loves. We're gonna go right in. So starting in World 1-1, we have here the first place where you can get a power-up. It's in this block, and it's kind of a puzzle. You have to hit that. Mushrooms, clouds, these, I think those are bushes. Like, even the poison mushrooms have faces now. Like eyeballs, like they do in the new games. But at least that's a cool concept that I'm glad they carried over. So because of the difficulty of this game, I've spent over a month so far trying to make a video where I beat this game in one sitting. Okay, there's no piranha plant here. That's good. So down here, this is a bonus section. This is like one of the few bonus underground sections I go to. Because one, it gives you some coins, but also there, because of hidden blocks, which I discovered years ago, you can find a fire flower. It can also be a mushroom. I'm just going to show you that block. It gives you a poison mushroom. In this game, I'm going to give you some context. I've beaten this game before, like 4 or 5 years ago. So I used Nintendo Switch Online's built-in rewind function and like the save state, so that way I could just play the game from like, for example, if I fall off a gap and it's a difficult jump, I can just rewind. Or I can just use a save state, so that way I start over from, like, for example, I'm in World 5 and I want to start, I don't want to start over from 5-1, so I'll start over from 5-3 or something like that. I don't know why I picked level 5-3 since I don't think I even play that one. I use warp zones. Speaking of, that's why I'm up here. Just like in the first game, you can go to the warp zone by just skipping everything by going through the top. Unlike the first game, you don't get 3 options. You only get 2. Unlike the first game, when it comes to bonus sections such as Coin Heavens, which you'll be seeing, and the underground pipe bonuses, the warp zones and the bonus sections can sometimes take you backwards. In World 9, there's a pipe. I don't know where because I don't even trust any of the pipes in World 9 now. Oh no. Oh, I'm playing the game differently. Okay, normally the strategy for that is just keep running. You'll end up running under all the paratroopas. There's a warp zone in World 9, and you think that, oh, it's gonna help you. Maybe it'll take you to the castle or something. Or not World 9. World 9. It's at World 8. You don't play World 9, I think. I've seen, after researching, that there is a World 9. But I don't think you have to play it. Yeah, in World 8, there's a warp zone, and it takes you to 5-1. So, yeah, the game is brutal and very deceptive. This Coin Heaven section, for instance, is not as bad as you might think it is. But pay attention to how far to the right I'm moving. Logically, in the newer games they even show you, going through this, I almost fell off, but yeah, going through this section, you should be able to skip halfway through the level, maybe most of the level. But no, Nintendo was like, we're gonna place you right after the place that you just used the bonus at. Right behind me, you can't see it because you can't go backwards in Super Mario Bros. 1 and 2. But right behind me is where the vine block was. Also, I'm gonna take this part nice and slowly because Mario's gonna land on this platform, and boom, 1-up. So I got a 1-up twice. One from coins and another one from the secret block. Some of the secrets I know about is because I played the game years ago and I somehow remembered it. Some of the other secrets, it's from me trying to research strategies or accidentally discovering upon many game overs. I can consistently get to World 8 now at my skill level in this game. But because of how fast I can get to World 8 typically, I started to forget what happens in like World 2 and in World 3. So I don't remember all the enemy placements. I mean, I don't think this is going to happen, but you know how cool it would be if I could actually get to World 8 with like 7 lives rather than game over? Yeah, you can see here, these paths get really dumb. To get power-ups, you have to find these hidden paths from hidden blocks that you can't find otherwise. Uh-oh, that's not good. I don't remember what's in 2-3. I think there's a mushroom, though. Okay, I remember the game design. I just don't remember where the power-ups are. Oh, I remember now. This is the cheap section. This is the only cheap section in the game. Unlike in like the first game where I think there's like 3 of them or something like that. Get these coins. And this is the end of the level. Okay. 2-4 is kind of easy. Oh wait, I'm Big Mario, so I might die to this part. So the first jump is pretty hard to do as Big Mario. Rarely I can make it, but it feels kind of random. See? There is a power-up coming up, which is kind of... Okay, you can beat the level without the power-up, but it's kind of difficult. Also, here, this is where a fire bar would spawn, but it doesn't spawn for some reason sometimes. Great. Okay, well, never mind. 2-4 is kind of hard. If you can get the mushroom, and if you can somehow not die to the first, to that first jump / drop section, you're basically set. Here's the mushroom. Why am I playing bad today? And that's why I get the mushroom, so I can take that hit there. The rest of this level is smooth sailing, as long as I can time this correctly. And jump over Bowser. Sometimes I go up to this platform. If I'm unlucky, I bonk my head and jump into Bowser, but we're good. So 2-4 is kind of tricky. Okay, World 3. World 3 is only hard in this first section. Everything after this is pretty tame. You can get a power up from here, but it's kind of hard. 1 second. I'm gonna try to do this. Go a little bit to the left. There we go. For me, that's a consistent way that I can actually get the mushroom. Don't go down this pipe. Don't trust any pipe in this level. I think it's a warp zone backwards, or it might be... Jeez, I don't remember well. Okay, nice. I took down both of the shells. I don't really remember what that pipe does. I think it just takes you backwards in a level, or to a dead end. One of those. It's been so long since I've taken that pipe that I know not to trust it. I just don't remember what happens. Weird. 3-1 is not really that hard. It can be hard. 3-2 is not consistent. It's an underwater level. If you're lucky, it's the easiest level in World 3. If you're not lucky, it's the hardest. If it wasn't for the inconsistency of enemy spawns and their movements, this, the castle, 3-4, is probably the easiest in the whole game. If we pass this level, we'll be smooth sailing, as long as I don't do anything dumb in 3-4, which I've been known to do. What is that enemy spawn? And that movement. So remember when there was 2 Koopas here? Now there's just 1. This is why I don't like the game. What Nintendo did when they made this game and they manufactured the cartridges, they actually had it so there was more enemies that can be on screen, more sprites and stuff. To try to solve one problem that the first game had, which was the limitation of sprites, they created a new problem where now the enemies don't spawn consistently like they did in the first game. Pretty sure every level is plagued with this problem. Try to spam A and it didn't work. This is why I try to come here with a mushroom, because most of the time when I take a hit, there's a high chance that I won't get hit again. Okay, we're gonna keep going through the top of the level. Okay, we got an unlucky spawn with that green cheap. They look great, but they're supposed to be green. We also got an unlucky blooper spawn. The one that was at the bottom right corner near the end, sometimes they don't spawn. Here we go. As long as we don't mess this level up, everything should be smooth sailing. That's the part that I usually mess up. I used to mess up in the beginning when I was like new to this game. I have not messed up that jump in a long time. As long as we don't lose all our lives, we will go smooth sailing. I could have skipped those 2 platforms that was on the scale, but it's a kind of hard and precise jump. Okay, I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna stop talking. Okay, this part is easy. It's just somewhat precise jumps, but you just have to hold right. Yeah, I play a lot better when I keep my mouth shut, but I just want to give you guys insight on my opinions in this game. It's not positive. Probably the one of the few Mario games that I don't like. There might be more that I end up not liking, but because I haven't played every Mario game, or even every main Mario game, but I played most of them. So yeah, that's how you do that part of the level. The first part that you saw me do, I was sticking to the bottom up until I see the piranha plant on the pipe. Then I start to stick to the top, except I let myself drop down and then hit those 4 invisible blocks. Then I come up here, because you maintain up, And sometimes, I can't explain why, but sometimes when I do the path, because that was the correct path, but sometimes the game will loop. See, I'm doing the exact same thing as I did last time, and yeah, I don't know why that happens. At least we're getting free coins, but why is it happening consistently? Oh no, this is the easiest castle. I'm just running into some rare, I guess, unintended gameplay. Like, what is that? Does the game want me to slow down? There, slow down. Is that really all that there was to it? Just run slow enough so you don't have to slow down? Whoa. It might be mandatory that I have to be small. That sucks. But to be honest, I never... Okay, I can also do that even though that wasn't my intention. So here we are with 1 life. I'm small because I unintentionally died more times than I should have at this level. So yeah, you come down here. Now I know what the strategy is to consistently not make the level loop. So if you turn around at all, the game is going to loop.
So don't do that.
I mean, you can press the left stick as long as Mario's facing right. There, see? It's actually easy when you know what to do. 3-1 is easy. Sometimes. It can be difficult for one reason that I'm going to show you. Since I'm small Mario right now, I can show you that I can get a mushroom here. And then I can also get a fire flower. But if for whatever reason, if I didn't know that there was a mushroom, I can in that first section, I can show you how you can get a fire flower. Regardless. So pay attention to the level design after that staircase where the Lakitu spawned in, basically. Uh-oh. I did not think he was gonna come to the screen. I thought I moved far enough to the right. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, pay attention to all this. Once I hit this vine block, I'm gonna be able to go to a bonus section. And here we go. This is the coin heaven. In most Super Mario Bros. Games, like the new ones as well, when you go through a bonus section, whether it be underground or it be up here, you can skip a lot of the level. It's usually about half of the level, maybe a third of the level. But if you're lucky, you can skip most of the level. And also I got an extra life, which is pretty neat. However, the game has a lot of deceptive, they have a lot of deceptive pipes, which could lead you to a bonus section at first, but then they take you backwards. Or they take you to a warp zone. So here, it took me backwards. The level looped. Here's the power-up. I get to demonstrate that. Unfortunately, when you get hit, it just acts as a normal mushroom. But if I really wanted to, I could loop the level again. For the sake of being fast, I'm not going to do that. So preferably, I would try to finish this level with a fire flower. The reason why is because the power-up coming up here is tricky. Look at all these bullet bills. You might think, well, there. I was hoping that wasn't going to happen. The only positive out of that is that the game just showed you what I was going to describe. The bullet bill firing patterns are completely random. Even the fire rate is random. If you're really unlucky, the same bullet bill launcher will fire a bullet like boom, boom. Or a little bit faster than that, I've seen. So when you think you're all safe because you dodged one bullet bill, it'll immediately launch another one, basically. You get hit anyway. Okay, 4-3, this one is hard. The fact that I ran all the way back should probably show you, although I didn't have to do that. I was afraid of that happening. Those orange springs, which you've probably already seen, they don't behave the same as the green springs from earlier. Both of the springs, green and orange, or red, maybe the color is supposed to be red, but it looks a little orange to me. Both of those springs are tricky when it comes to timing them. If you're used to the modern Mario games where the timing is kind of lenient, and so, you know, like, you might already know. This is the first game that I know of that's a Mario game that has springs in it that you can actually use to help you with your platforming. Oh my god, I timed that perfectly. But the timing is very wonky. So if you're used to the modern games, this game is going to mess you up with the timings. That one jump, the one that I celebrated, I've tried to record this video earlier today. And the jump was super difficult. Alright, so the strategy here is wait for the regular Koopa. I was going to say Paratroopa, but that's just a regular Koopa. To go to the right. And get the fire flower. And that's basically all you have to do. Here, wait for these 3 Koopas, have a fire flower, shoot at them. There is another strat to do, if you're only small Mario or if you don't have a fire flower. But I'm trying to take advantage of everything we have here to help us out. All right. Okay. I'm going to time it. And now. There we go. I usually can't make that jump, but I did it. Let's see if I can... Yeah, I can just drop down. There we go. I'm being careful because, well, there's the piranha plant. Up, and he's gonna go down. There we go. I'm so scared about these fire flowers or fireballs, because this is a hard castle when it comes to where Bowser's placed. And now we're back to 4-1. Oh, that was so close. Okay. Now this Bowser section is hard, not just because of the lead up to it, the build up, but because of this fire bar, and he has a wall in front of him protecting him. See? Don't hit me. Okay, we're good. Since I'm at the bottom path unintentionally because of a hammer bro, now we have to deal with the harder path, but now we have to deal with this. Okay, good. We got really lucky. Now we're just gonna have to do this jump. This is probably the hardest section before World 8. Thanks, game. We lost our power-up. So we lost that safety net. Okay, we're back. I have a mushroom, so none of this matters. Boom. The hardest part of the game is complete. After this, things are going to be, for me personally, smooth sailing. Because now we just have to deal with 5-1 and 5-2, which are relatively easy. Although 5-1 does introduce a mechanic that makes the game a lot harder, but I have adapted. From this point onwards, it might be the case of... How does the phrase go? This might be a case of it's harder than it looks. Like, I'm making the game look easy, possibly. I'm not even trying to brag or anything. If anything, I'm trying to highlight how many times I've had to redo World 5. Sincerely, I don't think it's actually a hard level. But World 8 is not easy by any means. But I've gotten so good at World 8 to the point that I can actually beat 8-1, 2, and 3 within like 2 minutes. And I'm not even using speedrunner strats. That's just how theoretically short the levels are. Here we go. This is where the wind starts. Right about now. Wait. Oh wait, no, it's not in this world. There's the wind. I think my brain just tuned it out by mistake. Yeah, my brain tuned it out because I saw the other staircase that came up next, or like the staircase-like structure, and for some reason my brain thought that's where the wind started. So I guess that goes to show how adapted I got to the wind to the point that I didn't even notice it actually happening. But yeah, here, this section, you might get mad and be like, oh no, I'm dumb. I'm done. Not dumb. What do we do? But yeah, you hit this block, and unfortunately, I'm a little bit too far to the right where it gets a little bit difficult to get on the block. Then you hit this block. Then you go up here, but keep your eyes peeled because you'll have to jump over the piranha plants. And that's it. But how do you expect a new player to know that? They would have to use either trial and error, find a strategy guide online, or well, technically the internet was a thing back then. I think it just wasn't widespread, and it might have been that might be right before the internet became a thing. I know by the 90s it was becoming widespread, and then it became mainstream in the 2000s. But there's 2 warp zones. Both are good, but one is better than the other. One takes you to World 7, and one takes you to World 8. If you're interested in watching the uncut version, you can feel free to do so. The link will be in the description for proof that, hey, I did beat this game legit without any save states or rewind functions or whatever. Also, so that way I can prove to you guys that I play a lot better when I shut my mouth. Alright, so we're back at 5-2. We're gonna go to the upper path. If you're lucky, no piranha plants spawn here. Unfortunately, I didn't get lucky. The good news is that that part is not that difficult. Oh yeah, here's a 10 coin block. I'm just gonna demonstrate. So, let me show you guys where you have to be to hit the vine block. Because if you try to skip the level by going through the top, you'll go to World 7. Right where I'm standing, if you hit the block from underneath, you end up being able to go to World 8. Unfortunately, that jump is a little bit glitchy because if you hit it from the corner, which is very likely to happen, you end up not being able to, well, survive. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to World 8. Here we go, 8-1. This is going to be easy, kind of. Not really, actually, now that I think about it. I'm taking my time here, which is going to make a lot of variables occur. There's the mushroom. I'm going to try to not go too far to the left. Let these guys pass so I can come back. Cross my fingers that one block doesn't... Yeah, I got Unlucky. Whatever. So, there's the poison mushroom, which I completely forgot about because of how rarely I try to hit all those blocks now. You come here. Sometimes there's a piranha plant here, but thankfully there is none. And now you're at the mercy of these bullet bills and this buzzy beetle, which you can use to your advantage to have it bounce off of an invisible wall. It's not invisible, it's just that he bounces off of here, but you're not going to see that. But you can use it to defeat the hammer bro. Okay, I glitched. I was trying to jump lower than what you just saw, but we'll take every victory we can. Then these are just some tricky jumps. There's an invisible block that can mess with you, but you don't end up seeing that. And this is a 10 coin block, which we're going to use. After this, I actually don't think there are any coins. Just keep in mind that once I game over, we're not going to try to get coins anymore because it's mathematically impossible otherwise. That's an easy mushroom to get, but it's an impossible... Oh wait, there are coins. I forgot about this. My memory failed me for a second. Oh, that was bad. So yeah, that paratroopa spawns sometimes. But I thought I had a consistent way of not having him spawn, but he spawned anyway, so now I'm worried. So if you don't do that jump, you can keep going to the right, but you'll have to face 2 hammer bros and a buzzy beetle, and then you go down a pipe to loop the level, so you can attempt that jump again. And there are some coins, but I'm just going to play it safe and go on. I prefer to have a mushroom, or a firefly if I'm lucky, from 8-1, and then just play the rest of these levels. Okay. Strategy here. Go kind of close to the edge. Jump right about there. Sometimes Lakitu spawns, sometimes he doesn't. Okay, we got lucky with the spawn. If he does spawn after you jump over that red paratroopa, you can try to move your landing so you jump on the Lakitu so he doesn't bother you for the rest of the level. He doesn't come back after this point, by the way. Spring jump. Yeah, try to get that hidden, like, okay. At this point, it's hard for me to even explain what's going on. There's some hidden blocks here that you don't see because the texture matches the wall. But they are there. They're technically not invisible, as you saw. There. I made it look easy, but it's actually really hard. All right, focus. I'm gonna not speak. Line it up here. I'll speak very briefly, but that's it. Okay, good. That's the hard part in the beginning. Nice. Oh, good news is that we have 1 extra life. Bad news is that we could have game over. But yeah, so that jump is really tricky. But the reason why you want to do that is because you're not going to be able to make that huge gap coming up in the very beginning if you don't do it. At least as far as I know. If you want, don't even press sprints. Just do like a small tap to jump. Not super small, smallish. This part is easy, with or without a mushroom. Here, I found out a way to consistently make the blooper not hit me. Just keep touching the ceiling, and then he's gonna keep trying to get above you. And then here is a hidden mushroom. Once you know it's there, it's not really well hidden. But if you don't know, now you do. Okay, here we have to do the exact same jump. There we go. That's the clean way to do that. Okay, here I have to be careful because there are quite a few enemies. Uh-oh, poison mushroom. I forgot about that. I'm gonna just chill here until it despawns. I think it despawned. Okay, let's keep going. I forgot about that poison mushroom. I never try to hit those blocks. So there are coins, but you can see there's so few coins by this point in the game. There. Okay, we got lucky. We have a chance. Keep running, and then you have to line up your jump against 2 paratroopas. So once... Now. I was going to explain it, but... Oh. I timed it perfectly, but I was too close to them, so I wasn't able to build running speed. The good news is that I've proven to you guys that I can beat the game. You might not be able to see it, but you're actually really close to beating the game there. That's like that's the final tricky jump. And compared to the other ones, it's not that tricky. If you made it this far into the video, feel free to comment down the secret word. That secret word is going to be lavender. I don't know why. Actually, that's kind of a good thing, though, that I picked lavender, because lately, at least I don't think you can use lavender for food, but lately, almost every one of my secret words has been food related. I got hit, but that's no problem. I'm going to try to jump similarly to how I did when I was Big Mario. So you have to So you have to, don't press the sprint button. Hold A and right, but not the whole time. When you're about all the way up to the top, then you start holding left, but you also start holding sprint. Something like that. My timing is always weird when I'm small Mario, but that's basically what you have to do. When you're big Mario, there's 2 outcomes. Well, technically 3. Or, yeah. So the first outcome is you do it cleanly and that's it. You made it. Carry on with the level. The second outcome is you do it sloppily, but there's a chance that you made the jump anyway. The third one is that you made it too sloppily and you failed the jump. Here we go. It's even easier for me to demonstrate if I had a fire flower, because then you can tell when I press the sprint button, because the fire flower button is the same. Oh, I did it cleanly, but I timed it badly. It is theoretically possible to beat the level as a small Mario, but it's really hard. So we'll see how far we can go. Actually, there is another hidden power-up. I forgot to mention that. Which is why if you start the level as small Mario, you'll be fine. Also, the level looped unintentionally, and I think I now know why. It's because I turned around. Same issue that I had in 3-4, I think it was. Yeah, the loop doesn't matter until here. And now you're good. And we might not even beat the level. Look at how little time we have left, because I took my time to demonstrate, because how little faith I had in myself. But here we go. Oh, that was close. Don't go into the pipe, because I wanted to show you guys. This would have been a fire flower if I kept my power up. But I can show you guys this. Okay, we'll just run past you. That's not the actual Bowser fight. That's a decoy. This is the real Bowser fight. Don't fire! Oh! I thought I was gonna need a fire flower for that! Wait, what's this? No. 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 Oh! Okay. I thought it was World 9. Thank goodness you don't actually have to. Pieces paved with Kingdom Save. Harada Mario, our only hero. This ends your for a long friendship. Okay. But you can see here, this feels more like an actual rewarding screen that we beat the game. See? There's like actual animations. Yeah, look, the toads are just dancing. And I think that's it. I think the game's over now. Yeah, that's why does it sound like a Sega game now? Yeah, the first game, the ending is, I'll be honest, is a little bit underwhelming. It's an ending. It literally just says thank you, and then you unlock some secret to the adventure. I think if you beat it again, it'll just say thank you, Mario. But here, there's more going on. And now we have a star. So I think the amount of stars you get can actually determine how far you can get. I'm not concerned with beating the game multiple times, like how you could actually... You can do the same thing with the first game where you can beat the game multiple times. But now that we have done a well-awaited victory, I can now tell you guys how much this game has affected me negatively. Thankfully, this chapter of my life is over, most likely. I don't think there's any games this hard coming up in the Mario games. This concludes Super Mario Bros. 2, and this concludes what I like to call the sub-era. So we're in the first era of Mario games, the NES era, or the Famicom era if you're, you know, in Japan. This game originally released just for the Famicom, and then they decided, let's release this anyway as the Lost Levels. The next game we'll be playing is Super Mario Bros. 2, the international version. So this game has affected my mental health very negatively. So for comparison, I've played Sonic games on this channel, and I'm going to continue to do so. I just put everything on pause because I, for some reason, couldn't get past this game. For whatever reason, I had like a mental barrier where I didn't let myself do anything else besides try to beat this game. Once I beat this game, I wanted to continue with my YouTube journey with Sonic and everything else. Here we are. It took way longer because it's been a month since I started playing this game. This game made me question, do I like Mario games? Actually, because I didn't like playing the first game that much for the channel. It is a fun game, but it was like difficult, yes, but it felt more unfair than the first Sonic game, to put in perspective. Then I came to the conclusion, yes, I like Mario games. I just don't think I like the beginning of this era, the Nintendo Entertainment System era, where we're in the sub era of the SMB1 era. Because this is basically Super Mario Bros. 1, just with tweaked physics, tweaked enemy behavior, and things like that, changed textures. Under the hood, it's almost the same game. After this game, Super Mario Bros. 2, the international release, or Doki Doki Panic, that one is easier. I don't like that game too much personally. It's not one of my favorites, but I do like the game. This game, however, I don't like it. I basically just told myself, you can't continue until you get the street cred you deserve. You're a hardcore Mario fan compared to the rest of your friends in the group, at least I want to say. Prove it by beating this game in one sitting. I shouldn't have done that, but you know, it's too late. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope for any of you guys that are Sonic fans that are watching the Mario videos, I've proven myself that I can be good at games. But this is harder than any Sonic game combined. I'm going to tell you that. If you want to give this game a try, go ahead. I recommend playing it on Nintendo Switch emulator because, well, that's an easy way to access it. Or if you have the original hardware, bonus points, and go ahead and play it. But try to play it with something that has rewind, you know, like on Nintendo Switch. Because this game, without rewind and save states, this was torture. A lot of practice and a lot of attempts. This was attempt number 9 in making the video. And I've spent a month, and I think I've dedicated like at least like 10, 12 hours off camera practicing the levels that I was struggling the most in. So yeah. Anyway, that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next video that I do. I'm free!